Sensitive. Hey, that's what I am. Hey, make no mistake about it. Hey, come on now. I'm only human. Do 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 do. Don't ask me for too much too fast. I'm only human. Come on, that's what this episode should have been seen called, because clearly Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone ain't got no healing yet because they only human, okay? They was having a little Jeffrey Osborne moment, except I don't think the love part was put into there, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and get right on into it. Did y'all catch the latest episode of Married to Medicine? Well, look, it was just giving a whole lot, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Is the microphone on? Do it talk out loud? Well, if it talk out loud, what is it saying? Unresolved issues. Okay, so let me get this straight. So, Simone at the reunion, basically, because of the fact that she didn't agree that Dr. Jackie's apology was a sincere apology to Buffy in regards to having children and the whole, fertility situation, is that what this all stems from? I mean, to me, it's got to be something more going on deeper than what we all just seen, okay? Because I'm just not seeing him buying what is said here and given. Like, something in the milk ain't adding up. Okay, this whole situation with made for TV petty drama between two women who done had a 20-year friendship. I mean, for goodness sakes, Dr. Jackie was the one that delivered Simone's first, as far as with Michael, the guy that is graduating now, Michael, Dr. Jackie was the one that delivered Simone's baby. Okay, and for her not to be invited to the graduation, it just doesn't make sense. All because of something that happened between a situation that occurred with Buffy, okay, who isn't even on the show this season. I mean, so far I haven't seen her on the show this season, so I'm just trying to sit here and understand, okay? First of all, let us just sit here and kind of take it back a little bit. So then also, we got Dr. Heavenly, which the episode opened up with, Dr. Damon's 50th birthday party, where it picked up off from last, week, at the party and whatnot, and the girls trying to resolve their issues. So we got Dr. Heavenly, who's also in the crossfire, okay, and she's friends with Dr. Jackie, I believe. No, she's friends with Dr. Simone. Well, actually, she has a friendship with both of the girls. But the thing is that Dr. Heavenly was upset at Dr. Simone for the whole situation that happened, because she felt like that it was Cecil, Dr. Simone's husband, who sent here and fired the first shots, which in response, we know how Heavenly's mouth is. And as a result, she ended up putting comments on Twitter in regards to Cecil, okay, and all the carrying on that he be doing. And Dr. Simone was upset about that. Then there was a whole situation of where Jackie, as far as her friendship with Heavenly and Simone, she didn't sit here and say that the friendship with Simone was greater than the friendship with Dr. Heavenly, and that they two were basically even though Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie been friends for 20 years. I'm just trying to understand, where is all of the mix up? Where is all of the madness at? And Toya, I don't even know where she fit in at, because I don't even know what in the world she upset about or what she got going on. Child, she was just there being an extra at this point, because Toya, we already know you ain't got no job, okay, ain't got nothing going on. Honey, she's just a housewife. That's all it is. Housewife is the title. And that's the title we gonna sit here and give her. She done got mad and strode her ass over there into the men's section over there, okay, talking about, talking to Dr. Damon, talking about get your wife and all this other stuff. Look, it was just too much going on. And I'm just trying to understand, why can't we all get along? What's the whole big drama about? Why can't people resolve their issues like human beings? It just doesn't make sense to me. So because we got all of this, commotion going on, I just for the life feel like that at some particular point, somebody got to be the bigger person, okay? Somebody got to be the bigger person. And these girls, Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, you can clearly tell now between Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly's friendship, the way that they was able to sit down and talk it out, you know, near the end of the episode, you can clearly tell that that stuff that they had going on was like, you know, top of the surface type stuff, not really stuff that was really too overpowering that they could not resolve. But there has to be something else going on between Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone's friendship, because of the fact that it just isn't adding up to me, the reason why these girls can't get along. And it really hurt me with the fact that, you know, Dr. Simone did not invite Dr. Jackie to Michael's graduation, considering that, you know, the woman has been a huge part of his life. I mean, she helped deliver the boy, for goodness sake. So it just doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, that's mainly what this episode was about healing and trying to see here and get a resolution, okay? And clearly there was no resolution that took place. You know, Dr. Simone didn't feel like that there was really a resolution that took place at Dr. Damon's birthday party, okay? Then they ended up getting into it, okay? And you already know Heavenly Mouth is reckless. And that's the only thing that I don't like about Heavenly, is that Heavenly sometimes just don't know when to shut up. I mean, the girl is smart, you know, smart as just all get out, but she just don't know when to shut up. She just always try to be going off at the wrong time. And I am commended and admire Dr. Damon's patience with her, because Lord knows if it had been my wife, child, I would have just, you know, been like, you know what, I'm gonna let you have that, and I'm gonna need for you to sit here and go and take your ass to some therapy, because your ass got issues. Now, I know you from Miami, and you know, down there in Miami, y'all a hood and stuff, but you know, you a medicine wife now, you know, you a doctor, so you should have more class than that about yourself, okay? Dr. Heavenly, okay? I got more faith in you, Dr. Heavenly, than that. And the way you showed your ass down here at your own husband's birthday party, I'm just sitting here and saying, I don't understand. And then for Toya, after all the stuff had been said and done as far as at the birthday party, and then Simone gets back, you know, they all go back to the bus, Dr. Curran and whoever, they go back to the bus or whatever, and Simone and them. Then, you know, here come Toya talking about who else I gotta beat. Toya, once again, always in the wrong situation at the wrong time. I'm just trying to understand. It just don't make sense to me. These girls and the drama is just petty. That's the reason why I gave up the Housewives for a little bit, because the drama is just petty. It's just too petty to try to figure out. And I really did like Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Simone, and Dr. Jackie's relationship initially, you know, as the Fabulous Three. You know, they used to be tight, thick as thieves. Now look at all of them. They can't get along. You can't put them in the same room together. I just don't understand. It doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense to me. And then I went to go watch the Andy Cohen show afterwards. And it was something to the effect of where Simone felt like that Dr. Jackie always defended all of these situations, but when it came time to speak up in regards to something that pertained to her, you know, as far as to do with whether it was a situation that happened with Caesar or whatever the case, she remained silent, just remained silent. Dr. Jackie didn't sit here and take her friend's side on anything. You know, she felt like that Dr. Jackie wasn't that friend that really sit here and stood up, okay, and really sit here and, you know, offered to say, hey, you ain't gonna sit here and just, you know, drag my friend and, you know, her husband under the bus and stuff and everything. And it was just like, you know, Dr. Jackie, you know, she was vocal about everything else. But when it came time to Simone and standing up for her, she wasn't vocal about her. And this was that was the particular year, as she stated verbatim on the Andy Cohen After, you know, Dark series or whatever you call it, that she stated that, you know, Dr. Jackie just didn't stand up for her, and she felt like that their friendship is really superficial. And my only thing is that something else had to take place off camera that we don't know about, because you could really hear the emotions in her voice throughout the episode, you know, in regards to their friendship. And it just seems like that at this particular point, she has already made it up in her mind that, look, I'm not here for it. I'm at my wit's end with our friendship. We ain't even got to sit here and talk anymore for all I care. And let's just go sit here and be that. Because at this point, I ain't got time for it. And that's what she was really sitting here and giving in this episode. And I do hope that they can reconcile their issues, because to sit there and have a 20-year friendship and then it all just crumbles apart, all because of things that people fail to resolve or fail to try to, take an understanding to each person's side. You can really tell that, there's a lack of maturity somewhere along. Nobody wants to be the bigger person. It's like we got egos in the way. And sometimes our egos can get in the way and we feel like that we always got to be right. And sometimes it's not about us trying to be right. Sometimes it's just a matter of about a person actually just saying, you know what, let me be the bigger person. And I know Simone mentioned that she did let down her guard. She did, put all her feelings on the table, and she felt like that at the end of the day, they still were dismissed and stuff by Jackie. But still, though, somebody still got to be the bigger person. You got to stay steadfast into being the bigger person in order to get your friend back. When I had a spat with a friend of mine a while back, and they know who they are, but I had a spat with my friend. We had to come to some kind of agreement, as far as having a discussion outside of the cameras, outside of YouTube, all that other stuff. We had to come to an understanding with one another, and we had to sit here and just, be like, okay, we gonna sit here and come to some kind of understanding. Are we gonna sit and agree on everything? No, we're not. But at least we can sit here and say that we have love for one another, that we don't feel like that it's worth throwing away a good friendship over. And that's the point that people have to learn how to be. That's what separates you from being an adult versus being a person that's not so much as an adult, is that you have to know how to be that person, to have the effectiveness of communicating with a person, expressing your feelings. And even if that person doesn't understand where you're coming from at that particular point, at least you can sit here and say that you had a one-on-one conversation with them and you just keep working on it. Y'all are not probably going to come to an agreement, and it don't sound like that they would ever be on one accord as far as with what caused the whole, tear up in their friendship as pertains to Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone. But I just hope that some kind of resolution can be found, because I really want to see Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Jackie, and I want to see Dr. Simone all be back together at some particular point. Nonetheless, though, that was too much to unpack. Moving right along. The other things that I noticed is that Dr. Heavenly's daughter is so gorgeous. I think her name is Laura, I want to say. Let me see here. Let me just be for sure now, because, I don't want to sit here and mess it up. I want to get it right, okay? Dr. Heavenly's daughter is named, yes, Laura. Sorry, Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly's daughter is named Laura. I just absolutely love Alora. I think Alora could easily be a model for sure. She got the looks, the face, everything, personality. It's just giving a lot. One thing about it, you can see and see a lot about Heavenly's fashions. You can see a lot about her mouth, but you cannot deny that her kids are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, that DNA that runs between Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly, hell, she talk about her husband damn enough. Hell, they should have had some pretty kids as much as she talk about them. Okay, but nonetheless, I love Dr. Heavenly. Hey, Dr. Heavenly. But yes, Alora is absolutely gorgeous, and I absolutely admire her. Admire her beauty, just flawless. Okay, flawless. Okay, that's all I gotta say about it. Just flawless. It's what it's giving. Another thing I noticed, Dr. Contessa and her husband working on counseling. Once again, this is even though it's not the same situation as far as Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone's relationship, but I do like the fact that at least the producers and stuff were able to show us what it looks like when you got two people who are trying to work at something and they're trying to at least agree that we're going to work on us. And, if we got to do counseling, even though counseling didn't work in the past, we're going to try to, do whatever it takes, and we're going to try to continue to push forward. Baby steps, Rome was not built in a day. It's what it was given types of vibes. And I did like the fact that Dr. Contessa and Dr. I can't even think of the man's name, Lord. What is going on with my mind today, Lord? But Dr. Contessa and her husband, I just really admire the whole dedication of them, coming together and, just mainly, working on their marriage. Dr. Contessa, she just, graduated from school, and now she has her practice that she's building. And one of the main issues was that she didn't feel like that her husband really believed in her, and just kind of felt like that her husband kind of downplayed her dreams, into what she wanted to become. But now that she has put into the hard work, everything is finally coming to fruition. And this is what it means when you have to stand by your partner and believe in their dream and support them. Because if you don't support them, sometimes it can be a little discouraging, okay? I'm just saying, it could be a little discouraging. So, for everything to finally come to full circle, I'm happy that she's finally seeming to get some of the things out the way as far as goals that she wants. I thought that was absolutely great. And I enjoyed just seeing them, in their natural element, just talking, about real life issues. And that's one thing I like about Married to Medicines, because it definitely gives us other stuff to actually have a perspective on, other than just reality TV drama all the time. It really is about a lot of, well-to-do Black, women and men dealing with real life issues and family issues as well. So I just think that, this is a great look, and I look forward to see what's coming in the next episode. Other things that I noticed, Elvira, Dr. Curran, okay? Dr. Curran came in there. He said, y'all would not catch me slipping with Kovanisha. Dr. Curran walked in, parked his Tesla, and got out and sprayed his whole self with Lysol, okay? Dr. Curran, don't be sitting here doing that mess on television. You're going to have everybody out here spraying themselves down with Lysol. It is not FDA approved for you to be spraying your body down with Lysol. Child, who the hell you think you is? Nonetheless, child, his little badass child, Elvira, and yes, that child is bad. That child kept coughing, and the parents had already told him to stop doing it, and then he laughed. When your child laugh like that and keep doing something, that's when you know they bad as hell, okay? And at that particular point, that's when you got to sit here and, look at the camera, smile, and then turn and look at your child and sit here and say to your teeth, if you don't sit here and behave and sit your ass down somewhere, I'm going to sit here and tell your ass up. Sit your ass down somewhere. That's how you got to do it, okay? Because that little child bad. I can already tell. It ain't my child I can sit here and tell his ass is bad. I'm just saying. But nonetheless, I like the new addition, Anelia, I think her name is. I like the new addition to Married to Medicine. I think they're, a great replacement for Mariah. No tea, no shade, because that's what it definitely is giving, is that they was looking for a replacement, and that's Mariah's replacement. So girl, I guess somebody else getting your check down at the Bravo, station. I'm just seeing Mariah. No tea, no shade. Oh, and the other thing was that Avery, Toya's child, okay, Toya is forever being read by her kids, okay? That woman, that little boy told Toya that, he don't even see. He was like, what you need a purse for? What you need another purse for? Okay? And then Toya said, stay out of my business and my closet. That's right. Get into her ass, Avery. Okay? Let her ass have it. Okay? Because she don't need no more purses. Matter of fact, I'm still trying to understand why in the world Toya got a big old closet. Okay? It ain't like her fashions are giving, Iman or something like that, high fashion Vogue or something. And she got this big old closet, always trying to compete with the Joneses. Okay, that's y'all keep on. You're gonna be right back sitting here broke where you started from. I'm just saying. But nonetheless, though, no Tino Shay, I love Dr. Harris. Hey, Dr. Harris. I do love Dr. Harris. I think he's a great doctor. I just think Toya be doing the most sometimes and be trying to live like the Joneses, and sometimes she need to sit here and dial it back a little some, because she really be doing the most. But I did like the fact that she, pulled her kids out of that school in the neighborhood, because, it wasn't enough as far as examples of other people, colored children in the school like her kids. And she wanted her kids to kind of, as far as have a awakening and an acknowledgement of, you know, what's going on in the world today and being involved in the whole Black Lives Matter movement. So I do commend her for that. And I do commend the fact that, you know, she definitely seems to be a parent that believes in, okay, I may didn't get it right with myself, but I'm going to make sure my kids get it right. Nonetheless, y'all let me know what this episode was giving. That's all I really sit here and got. Until next time, leave it in the comments. You let me sit here and know, and I'm going to come back at you with another video soon. Until next time, my fun sizers. Peace. Oh, and hold on. One other thing. Dr. Jackie's husband, okay? Don't sit here and think ain't nobody forgot about your ass, Curtis, up there trying to cook that damn chicken in that air fryer, okay? And the way you sit here and looked at Dr. Jackie, no, God, that was not what it was sitting here and giving. Let me see and tell you something. I said it in the first episode of last week. I don't see it for not Dr. Curtis, Lord, I called him in doctor. I don't see it for Curtis. I didn't see it from then. I don't see it from now. Every time he look at Dr. Jackie, I just want to sit here and cringe. Curtis and Dr. Jackie do not go together to me. It's like oil and vinegar, okay, or oil and water, okay? I just don't understand. What was it that Dr. Jackie, I mean, maybe back in the day, it could have been given a lot, but now Curtis just sometimes seemed like a sour lemon is what it seemed like. However, speaking of back in the day, I did like seeing back in the day of old Cecil, okay, and Simone, and seeing how, you know, handsome Cecil looking. Cecil, you was fine back in the day. I mean, you fine now, but you was fine, okay? Like Mulatto says, bitch, I'm good, bitch, I'm fine. You was giving fine back in the day. But that's all I want to see and comment. Y'all leave it down in the comments what you're seeing. Think until next time, my fun sizers. Peace. I gotta go, because guess what? I'm only human. Don't ask me for too much.